Hi everybody. So welcome back to this third session of database management system, which is part of DMM. In this particular lecture, we will talk about database architecture. Now, first, let us look at our agenda for this particular lecture series. Okay, in this lecture, our agenda is database architecture that we'll cover. So we'll cover 1 tier, 2 tier, and 3 tier. We will also compare and look ahead for the advantages and disadvantages, and we will understand the concept of three schema architecture. Now, database architecture, as we know that the DBMS design depends upon its architecture. The basic client server architecture is used to deal with large number of PCs, web servers, database servers, and other components that are connected with network. The client server architecture consists of many PCs and a workstation which are connected via network. DBMS architecture depends upon how users are connected to the database to get their request done. There are three types of database designs or architecture. First one is 1 tier architecture, second is 2 tier architecture, and third one is a 3 tier architecture. Let us look at the 1 tier architecture first. In this architecture, the database is directly available to the user. It means the user can directly deal and use the DBMS. User can make changes directly on the database itself. It doesn't provide a handy tool for end users. The 1 tier architecture is used to development of local application where programmers can directly communicate with the database for the quick response. So these are the characteristics of 1 tier architecture. Now let us look at the 2 tier and 3 tier architecture. Here we can explain it diagrammatically. Here is like your client. These are your client computers. They are directly connected with the database tier and they can access all the information directly. Whereas in 3 tier, you have three layers. Between database and client, you have middle tier available, which is known as an application server. So let us look at 2 tier architecture first. In 2 tier architecture, it is same as basic client server. In the 2 tier architecture, applications on the client end can directly communicate with the database at the server side. For this interaction, APIs like ODBC, JDBC are used. The user interfaces and application programs are run on the client side. The server side is responsible to provide the functionalities like query processing and transaction management. To communicate with the DBMS, client-side application establishes a connection with the server side. In case of 3-tier architecture, the 3-tier architecture contains another layer between the client and the server. That is known as a middle layer. In this architecture, clients cannot directly communicate with the server. The application on the client end interact with the application server, which further communicate with the database system. End user has no idea about the existence of the database beyond the application server. The database also has no idea about any other user beyond the application. The 3-tier architecture is used in case of large web applications or where you are using your database for large number of users who are executing parallelly. Now, next one is your 3-schema architecture. The 3-schema architecture is basically, if you understand that, it has three layers, that is internal schema, conceptual schema and external schema. This can be explained as the conceptual schema is data model defines what the system contains. The logical schema define how the system should be implemented, and physical schema is where data model describe how the system will be implemented. So that is your three schema architecture. Now, if you look at the conceptual model in detail, okay, here is one example. We have customers and product. So customers are basically purchasing products. So the relationship between customer and product is sale. Aim of this model is establish the entities, the attributes and the relationship. Here you have two entities, customer and product. The relationship between them is customer purchase the products, that is selling. Okay, and the attributes are for customer entity, attributes are customer name, customer number, etc. Similarly for product, you have product name, product price, etc. Three basic components of data models are entity, that is a real world thing like customer and product, which is real world thing. Attribute, attributes are characteristics or properties of the entity. That means customer name, customer number, they are actually properties of the entity customer. And relationship, relationship shows the dependency or association between two entities. Next is a logical data model. The logical data model advantage is, like logical data model is to provide a foundation to form the base for physical model. No primary or secondary key is defined here. Essential to verify and adjust the connector details that were set earlier for relationship. So here the relationship shows what kind of relation is available. Then comes the physical data model. In physical data model describes the database specification implementation of the data model. It offers an abstraction of the database. Richness of metadata offered by physical data model is there. So here, like customer and product, these are two entities, they have relationship and it is described as the customers purchase product, and you have here the primary key, that is by which you can identify a unique record or information from this customer, which is customer number. Similarly, in product, you have a unique key, that is product name. That means every product have their own individual product name, or you can have some other key as well. And we will talk about the keys later on in coming or subsequent lectures. So with this, we complete this particular session. We talk about the architecture. The architecture, the schema architecture, three schema architecture, we talk about physical, conceptual and logical. And before that, we talk about the database architecture, that was 1 tier, 2 tier and 3 tier. With this, we conclude our session and we'll meet very soon with our next lecture. Thank you very much. Have a great day.